What's good, y'all? It's NK, and here we are talking about Sonic again. It's been a minute since we've done that. We're talking about Crossworlds, and y'all probably see from the title, I'm probably talking about why I don't really care about this game that much anymore. And I will get into the reasons for that. There's quite a few of them. Now, again, there are some things that do kind of bring me back, like, for example, new gadgets and things of that nature, and obviously the tracks as well. The tracks are always cool. But there are a few things that this game just isn't doing to really entice me like I thought it would, like I hoped it would, back when I was playing the beta. All the beta is plural all that time ago, and the demo, all the speculation and high hopes going into the game. That's not to say that this is a bad game at all, because Crossworlds is far from that. But yeah, this is not the preferred racing game for me. And I say that as someone with about over 300 hours in this game, So I think I know quite a bit to talk about this. First off, and most importantly, in my opinion, due to the title of the game, Crossworlds, the crossovers are muted. And that is a big thing to me as someone who plays on console with all of these cool IPs that have come over, like Avatar, SpongeBob. Come on, man. You think I want to play a mute SpongeBob, bro? You know what I'm saying? I hope someone can kind of relate to me on that aspect. I know people will be like, oh, PC has mods. Guess what? I don't have a PC. So I'm just speaking from my perspective. I feel like that's pretty valid. And I think especially an issue when you look at just the amount of crossover characters in the game. At this point in the game, I want to say there is more crossover characters than there are characters that in the starting roster that had voices. So there are more mute characters in this game now than there are characters that can talk. That's just outrageous, especially for the price point of $70 for a kart racer. You just expect more out of it, more quality of life. And because of that, because they're mute, we don't get quotes in Grand Prix mode. We don't have a story, obviously. We didn't have a story in the game. So I feel like something had to be upped in quality to exchange for that. But that just wasn't the case. That's just not what happened when it came to the crossovers. Like, I'm nowhere near as hyped for the characters as I wish I could be, because I'm like, oh yeah, they're here, they look cool, the tracks look nice, but the characters don't talk. The characters that they're bringing in have big personalities, and a lot of that comes with the voice. So it just feels half baked, in my opinion. The only character that I will give a pass on that front is Classic Sonic, because let's just be honest, Classic Sonic just hadn't had a voice. When ever since he's been back in Generations and after, in the games at least, there could be some other form of media that I'm not aware of. Y'all enlighten me if y'all know. But to my knowledge, Classic Sonic just hasn't had a voice, so I can accept that. But Werehog, Sonic Prime characters, Tango Whisper, etc., like, forget the other IPs, right? Just put those to the side. I understand that could be like a licensing thing or whatever. Maybe it is even with these characters, but Werehog, especially Werehog, dude, what are we doing? Why is the Werehog mute? Come on, man. Like, I understand, okay, maybe IDW has a stake in Tangle and Whisper, even though it's still Sega. I wouldn't think though. Maybe it's something that I'm not aware of. And Prime, yeah, sure, different IP, sure. What's the excuse of the Werehog then? It's like, I don't know, man. It's just certain things like that. I feel kind of cheaped out, especially for the price point. Like I said, it's hard to not keep reiterating the price point. Nextly, I want to discuss just the gameplay of this. Now, admittedly, yes, it is a kart racer, and kart racers, if I'm being honest, in my experience, I find them to be more luck-based than skill-based. Mario Kart and Sonic Crossworlds fall under this category. I think the only kart racer that I played, I consider them the big three, is the Crash kart racers tend to be more skill-based because the items just aren't, they don't have as much of a focus in the gameplay. You have to rely more on skill, and the items only help you out if you can stay competitive skill wise. If that makes sense. There isn't really anything that will get you back in the race, like a trio or a bullet bill, or uh, a King Boom Boo, or Thunderbolt, like in Sonic and Mario games. And like I say, that's definitely subjective though, because that's usually the course for kart racing games. I feel like the gadgets definitely can mitigate some of that, especially if you get something like, if you're, for example, tired of getting hit as much, you can just run something like quick recovery, so you don't have to feel the blowback from the items as much, or the level 4 boost, even though I know that's been nerfed. But yeah, or you can put on a defense item chance up gadget, which I think Crossworlds Crossworlds in particular does a pretty decent job at helping you scope your style of play, so to not have to deal with certain things that you don't want to deal with as much. Obviously, you still got to deal with them, but you can work your way around it to some extent. But at the end of the day, the items are so overwhelming. It's only so much you can do. It's only so much you can do, to be honest. Especially the way it is now. But part of course for the kind of game it is. Maybe I'm just not that much of a kart racer. And maybe I just want this to be Sonic Riders. That could also be a big contributor as well. Speaking of that, the boards, the extreme quote unquote gears, but or as I call them, the mild gears. That's another gripe I have with this game. They just don't have as much sauce as they did back in the day, man. I know I might sound like a unk saying that, but they just don't have the sauce. They don't have the flavor. They don't have the style. They don't even have the, I wouldn't say skill, but it kind of, well, to an extent, yeah. They definitely aren't as, there's nowhere near as much of a skill curve or high skill floor to be able to use them. They pretty much handle just like the on ground vehicles in this game. While in the Riders games, they handle totally different to how a car would in traditional games, Although I would say the fact that they're boost based is pretty cool. I do like that they're their own type of vehicle in the game, but however, it's just, I don't know, it just feels watered down from what it used to be, man. But I know that's probably a point that's been beaten. A horse that's been beaten way more times than I have spoken on it, so I won't go too deep into that aspect. And lastly, I will admit, my gripes with this game are probably only exasperated and exaggerated because we don't have a mainline Sonic game announcement. That could alleviate a lot of my, I could just forget about this game and let it be what it is. But because this is literally all we have right now as far as console games for Sonic currently, that is getting serviced, that is getting attention from devs, from Sonic team. This is all we have right now. And to see it be just so not undercooked, but it's played as safe. It's a safe game. The Sonic I know, the Sonic I enjoy, that has made me a fan of this series for pretty much all of my life at this point. It didn't get here being safe, but that's what Crossworlds is for the most part. Now I will say, like I say, the Crossworlds thing is really cool, but other than that, it plays it relatively safe. Like I say again, it's Mario Kart, but with Sonic characters. That's pretty much what it is. I think it's slightly more skill reliant than the older Mario Kart games. It seems like Mario Kart World might be more, because they had some crazy stuff going on in that game. It seems really cool, but obviously I haven't played it. I'm not a Nintendo person, not anymore at least. The last topic on this game that I want to touch on is the Legend Comp. The Legend Comp system in a racing game such as this, that is, I would say, about 70% look, 30% skill, I feel like it's just a bit dishonest. I'm not knocking people that enjoy it. You enjoy it, you do you. I'm just speaking on my experience and my perspective. I think the World Match is a good enough ranking system, honestly. Something this hardcore for a game that's not a hardcore skill game, it just feels out of place in my opinion. But if people enjoy it, they enjoy it. That's all fine and dandy, Competitive scene, they do their thing, they have their fun. hats off to them. Hats off to them. But it's just, I also personally turned off because, like I say, it's a fighting game, a ranking system in a racing game. That's not even about skill. Because it's just, it is what it is, I guess. So, but yeah, that's pretty much all I gotta say about Crossworlds and why I'm kind of not feeling it that much anymore, despite how much playtime I've had in it. Other games are taking my attention as well. That could be part of it too, and also just I'm waiting for another Sonic mainline game. I need it. I need it. So me not having it makes me fixate on this and focus on the flaws. I guess that could be it. Yeah, like I said before, it's still a great game though. I still rate like a 7 or 8 out of 10. I wish I had a story though, but yeah. If y'all want to hear me yap more pointless yap, some very subjective yap, y'all know what to do. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff, man. Keep coming back. We're gonna be dropping all month. NK signing out, man. Hope y'all enjoyed this video.